I mean, if you think you're going to wake up and say, yeah, I got faith, I'm going to make this happen, and then you get punched, then you're going to lose it. You know, your head is going to...
Well, you will get punched is what you do. You will get punched is what you do after you get punched. You
Right.
will get punched.
But that's why it's the small pebble, whatever that deep meaning of why. Don't, again, when you're trying to identify why you do certain things, ask yourself why, right? Then ask yourself why that thing again.
Look, hell of an intro. I tell you what you info, but I never really been the type of dude to give no info. But if you see your ends low and you trying to get a benzo, I'll give your ass some game that'll change the way that you think, bro. Super skilled with the pencil, super ill in my mental. I reminisce on life, I'm nice, here's my memento. Get it through your tempo, I get on any tempo and give it all I got. I'm hot, I got like 10 flows, trying to live on the 10th floor. Across from residentials that I own, my mind stayed grown. I used to think clothes, I really used to think hoes and what I do to get those. And then I switched it up, I'm only thinking.
I mean, you should start it. You should do what you just did just now before I decided
Nah,
to press
bro.
record. Energy, you said, right?
Yeah, I brought my energy. I'm ready for this. I'm here today. I came ready for this episode.
Are you scared
today.
or something?
Why? What you feel as though I'm scared of something?
Because you don't want to do it. You never want to do this. You never want to start the podcast. Never.
I'm good.
It's like, nah, Ronnie got it. I would never forget the day where you made me do it. And I was like, bro, this is not the moment for me to be doing it. I'm not going to say when, but.
I know. The one with.
No. This I was like, this is not the moment. But I pulled through. Made it probably look real good. Hopefully. I mean,
you got to keep that energy, man. Keep that same energy and continue to do it, bro. That's your task.
No, that is not. It's our task.
You get paid for this.
I don't get paid for anything.
Okay.
You pay me?
The Lord pays you. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
I'll let
I
that
was
one
waiting
go.
for a comeback.
Nope, I'm not gonna argue with that one.
Mhm.
I know my place.
All right. Anyway, welcome to another lovely episode of the Walking Girl podcast, and I hope that you have just as much energy as I have today for this episode. I think it's gonna be an exciting one. We got a lot of cool stuff, you know.
I find the energy if I don't have it.
Idiot. But yeah. So we're here. We're gonna talk about some stuff. And
Duh. What else we gonna talk about?
I mean, we could talk about other stuff, some stuff, and other.
What else are we gonna do?
All
This
right.
is a podcast. We have to talk about stuff.
You always find a way to ruin the entrance of this podcast episode. Anyway,
Oh man.
I'm blank, bro. Blank.
Oh man, I destroyed it. This is beautiful. He doesn't see, and this. I think this is why he struggles with starting these podcasts because he blanks. He doesn't have the ability to transition, adapt, and adjust. Remember? Come on, man.
Bro.
You should know this. Audible. You know? Come on, this is what happened.
That's true, but I'm not at fault here, so I'm okay.
So who you gonna put? You gonna put this on me?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fine. I'll take the blame. All right,
1,010%.
put more weight on my shoulders. I'm fine.
Okay.
Anyways, energy.
Yeah.
You said, right? You're bringing the energy. How are you gonna bring the energy though?
Well, I'm gonna bring the energy because it's funny that you talk about energy. What is the word made out of?
What is
Have
the
we ever
world,
established
man?
that? Yes. Scientifically, what is science has proven before?
Isn't it energy and matter?
Yeah. Exactly. So, like, basically everything around us right now, including yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're all made out somehow, some way, from the same source of. We're all made out somehow, some way from the same source of energy. Do you agree that we all come from the same place?
I mean, I'm not a scientist, so I guess I would say yes because I don't know where else would we all come from, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's my answer. I don't know.
Yeah. So by that, it's not gonna make sense right now, but as we talk about this, you will kind of understand some stuff. I want to talk about faith today. What does it mean to have faith? What's your relationship with faith?
Okay.
You know.
Whew,
Yeah.
spicy.
Exactly. So I think it's a conversation worth having because you know.
What made you want to have this conversation? Like,
Yeah. I just, you know, I just reflect on things and sometimes, you know, I come across topics that I deem relevant to share with people. And this was one that came to me when I had lunch again, one of my lunches with somebody, and the topic we were talking about kind of made me think, if this is something that his people are struggling with, I believe more people are struggling with it as well. So
with
to
faith,
me,
having faith.
yeah, well, it goes beyond faith, and then that's what we're gonna kind of tap into at some point, because and to me, it's really just let's put it out there. Let's have the conversation. What is faith? What does it mean to you as an individual to have faith? And are you, what kind of steps are you taking with that faith? Because, we often hear walk by faith and not by sight, right? Mm-hmm. What does that exactly entitle? And the best biblical story, in my opinion, that describe, faith is the story of David and Goliath. So if you remember that story, to you?
No.
Okay.
I'm not a big.
Anyway, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna try to just describe it to a point where it makes sense to why I'm talking about faith today. But before we get into this, I want to kind of hear your perspective on when you hear the word faith, what do you think about? Like what? And for as a listener as well, when you're on the other side, I want you to think about that. Like, what does that word mean to you? Don't let me or what I'm saying on this, in this episode, affect your perspective on the subject. I just want you to just do a self-evaluation of what we're talking about.
Right.
So what does it mean to you as an individual to have faith?
To believe. To believe in whatever it is that you're trying to do, yourself. It's all about belief in the end. I think faith and belief come kind of hand in hand to each other. But I would definitely say faith is just your belief of, whatever it is that you want to come to fruition. And just in yourself, do you have, the belief power or, hey, the faith in yourself to make something happen? So long answer short, belief, your belief system with whatever it is. That's primarily what I would say faith is going to result to. At least when somebody says have faith, it's, how much do you believe in it?
Yeah, you kind of tap into it to a certain degree. So faith is the ability to see the unseen and kind of, believe in it before seeing, the tangible result of it.
Right.
So when you put it in that perspective, you're like, do you apply it on your day to day? You talked about having faith in your God-given ability. You believe in yourself, have faith in yourself. Mm-hmm. When you look at it that way, do you think as a society we're doing a good job at pushing that agenda of, having faith in our own beliefs? In terms of like, I'm just going to get a brief example here. Let's say if you wanted to achieve, something, but you keep thinking about the negative aspect of that result, do you consider having faith? No.
If you keep thinking of the negative, no. But if you think about the negative here and there, I think that's okay. I mean, as long as you get back, we're around negativity all day, so it's hard to escape negativity. So it's easy. It's harder to keep yourself on a positive mindset all throughout the day when all you're surrounded by is negativity or somebody trying to push you down or hurt you or whatever the case may be. So is it wrong for somebody to think negative? No. But if you're constantly thinking negative, then you're doubting yourself. So, faith isn't really a strong suit then at that point. That's what I would kind of say on that one, though.
Okay. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you looked and realized, hey, I actually didn't really have...
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Everything I've done, it's because I wanted to do it, number one. Okay. It's also because whatever I put my mind to, I go and achieve it. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do certain things, but I know whatever I put my mind to, it's going to get done. That's just me. There's probably very little things that I've actually put my mind to that I haven't accomplished. And that's just my willpower. That's just me being driven to, whatever I put my mind to, I get it done. And I think a lot of people could say that about myself. That's just me as a person, though. I don't think this is anything that anybody has taught me. I don't think this is anything that anybody has given me. It's just me as a human being and how I was raised and, just what I'd done. My siblings and I were completely different, so I don't think it's necessarily one particular thing. It's just who I am.
Right. Yeah.
I'm curious though. What is your when somebody says faith to you? What does what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Before even getting to when somebody says about when they about faith, I kind of want to tap into the fact that, to me, this question really started when I was having conversation. I took a lot of Uber and Lyft this week, really. And, you have conversation with people, and you can read, you can kind of have a minor understanding of what the person mindset is somewhat, right? So when you have an individual who tells you, hey, I want to do this and this and this and this, but I would much rather, do something else that makes me unhappy, So it's those type of conversation kind of triggers my mind into like, do you have faith in yourself to the point where you will fully
That's
commit?
not a fair assessment, though.
It's not a fair assessment, but I think it's, to me, that's why I'm like, would I put myself in that situation?
But you got to understand, everybody's in different places.
Yes.
Like, remember, everyone's in different seasons.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, somebody may not want to be there, but they have to because of whatever they have to do. So the better question is identifying, like, hey, if that's not where you want to be, what are you doing to get out of there?
Right, but that comes with what? You don't do that. You don't. Yeah, you don't do that if you're not. If you're just sitting on.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think that has anything to do with faith, though. If somebody says, I want to do this, I want to do X, but I'm currently doing Y, faith in between. Faith doesn't really. I think faith comes
is there.
I
think faith is there because you still have an agenda. You're carrying an agenda of something that you want. Because let's say if you're saying, right, in that case, for example, I want this, but I'm doing this.
Yeah.
If you believe that you can achieve what you want despite what you're doing now, that's having faith.
Okay.
You follow? If you believe that you can have, what you want while you're doing something else at the moment, that's having faith. But if you're saying, hey, it's there, but I don't think I can get it,
then that's doubting yourself, of course.
You're doubting yourself at that point. But I think faith is always in the equation. It's either you have it or you don't. I think faith is a foundation of our decision making.
Yes. No, I don't know about that one.
Yes.
I don't know about that one. Yes. I don't know. And I don't know. Because it's...
I'm going to give you one example.
Go ahead.
When you get in your car and you're driving, don't you have faith that you're going to make it home?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Well, I wouldn't say it's faith because anything can really happen.
Right. But you in your mind, in your mind, do you sit there and think about, I may not make it home? You think that,
I don't think like that. Right. Absolutely not.
Exactly. but that's what I'm saying. No. But that's what I'm saying. So faith plays a factor.
But I'm not thinking, okay, let me get myself, I believe in myself to get myself. I'm not.
No, you're not going to process. No, I'm not saying process it like that block for block. I'm just saying that you don't even bother thinking about it because deep down inside that you're gonna make it home. Yeah. That's having faith in itself.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So you don't even have to, second guess that. Right? But if you can carry that same attitude with everything, like you're gonna be the CEO, you're gonna be a parent, you're gonna be a dad. If you can carry that same attitude that you have when you know that when I leave work, I'm going to make it home without even like questioning whether or not, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's having faith in
okay.
To a certain extent.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, please reach out to me on that. But
so then what's your definition of faith then?
I got to go back to my book.
No. First thing that comes to mind when somebody says, hey, what is faith to you?
To me, faith is basically what I wrote down.
Bro, no, this is not the time to be reading notes. Top of mind, faith.
You have to believe in something.
Okay.
You have to believe in something without letting the outside shell dictate what's going on. To me, it's really treating it as if you already have what you were actually asking for. By living as if you've already accomplished and got what you're asking for, you're basically mentally putting yourself in that position to already have it.
Right.
You have it in, let's put it this way, you have it in a spiritual form already. just by your thought, by thinking. If everything is energy, like we said at the beginning, now this is where I dive deep. If everything is energy, by you thinking, your thought itself is also energy. And that's measured through frequencies. So if you're going to think about that, you're basically already, you have it spiritually, but you don't have it in the physical realm.
So then that's not faith.
What? How is that not
if
faith?
If you're spiritually thinking, but you can't put the action in to do it, then that's faith is lacking.
Who say you're not? At what part did I say that you're not putting the action? You have to think about it first for you to take action.
Okay, but if you think about it, but you don't put action, then do you still have faith?
Well, you have faith, but you're not obedient to the law.
No.
That's the second part. You have faith, but you're not obedient to the law.
How are you going to have faith and not actually do the work that actually takes?
Because you're not taking action. If you
that's
have
not, then you don't have faith.
Of people.
You don't have faith.
Prayer is an example of faith.
Bro,
with not
you
taking
can pray
action.
all you want, but you will not get
saying.
what you want by praying.
But I'm saying that's the prime example of what you're saying. If somebody has faith, right? Because people who pray believe that they have faith. If somebody has faith, quote unquote, pray every day, ask for things every day, right? But they don't take action.
What do they think it's going to drop at the front doorstep?
You see that every day. You see that every day.
But
God will provide. God will give me a job, but they're not applying for any jobs. You get what I'm saying? That's the type of action that I'm talking about.
So them
God
praying
will find me
action?
the husband, but you're at the club, over there trying to figure, doing other things.
I mean, they can find somebody there.
True. But what I'm saying is your priorities are not aligned. You're not taking the right action towards what you want.
No, that you can't say it's the right or wrong action.
Well, it's not the right or wrong action. It's just the fact that you're not taking action.
Them praying is not taking action?
Praying is action, but it's limited action. It's one part of the equation.
So that's where you kind of lose me. Then.
I'm saying there's two parts to this. You have to have faith, and you have to take action.
But so if somebody does not take action, do they still have faith?
Yes.
How?
Because they're constantly thinking about the things that they want.
But you got to take action in order for you to make what you want come to reality.
Yes, but if you're thinking about it, I'm talking about the action of thinking about it. It's you're constantly thinking about something. Of course, what's going to happen at that point?
Nothing if you don't do anything.
If you don't do anything, nothing is going to happen.
But that's what I'm saying. How can you have faith if you're not doing nothing?
You can have faith if you're not doing nothing through what we already see in the word. That's why I'm giving you the example of prayer.
Faith. That's like half-ass of faith, bro.
But that's what you see in people. That's what you see, especially, and I don't want to call anybody out. You see this in underprivileged environment. You see this in underprivileged environment where people don't have the means to take that action or even the resources to take action, and all they rely on is prayer. I see it when, even volunteering, you have people that come to you and say, hey, I need prayer. I want prayer, right? But they don't have the necessary, financial means or resources to go out there and take the action that will get them to the things that they're asking for. They're just hoping for some high, power
to take it,
to fix that. That's what I'm talking about. Faith. It's like prayer alone does not.
But can you really have? Is there such thing as like half faith? It's either you're all in or nothing. In my eyes, I don't know. Call me crazy, please do.
You are incorporating faith with action. They're two separate things that both need to be together.
Yes, they absolutely.
It's two sets that are different.
I don't think you should separate them though.
Well, that's the law of the universe. You're telling me something that I have no control over. And that's kind of what it goes like, bro. There's things that I cannot change, and that's one of them.
I don't know how you're going to have faith and not take action. Yeah. I mean, it goes down back to believing in yourself. I mean, if you have that thought to
I would think that everybody who has faith take action. I would think. But based on experience, I don't think so. So to me, it's just like, how do we transition from that?
From what?
How do we, make sure that we're continuing with that agenda of taking action and nurturing our faith?
You gotta want it, man. You have to want it. Like I don't have things all figured out today. Right. I won't have things all figured out tomorrow, but I know where I'm going. And I know every day that I take a step, every day I open my eyes, I have another opportunity to make it happen. So am I worried or trying to figure out, hey, how do I make this happen today? No, I'll figure it out along the way. So it's just, hey, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it is going to enable you to keep going, even if you don't have it figured out. Just before, we were sitting here, mind you, we never take this long to set up. It took us the longest to set up today, right? But we still got it done, and we're still recording, and we're still going to go ahead and release this, and we're still going to be on time. Nothing changes. Why? Because we know we have no choice but to get it done. So, hey, let's figure out what we need to do to make sure it happens. Now, that's on a smaller scale. Now, when we're talking about on a massive scale where you're trying to change your life or trying to change something massive, the trajectory of your life, that takes a lot more effort than something what we did today. But it's just, how bad do you want it? That's exactly how much faith do you have in what you actually want to accomplish? How much do you actually believe in yourself? Like, these are all one question that all is going to really surround that one thing to identify. How much do you actually want it? And, who are you really doing it for? I think that's another big question. A lot of people times you'll hear, what's your why? You could say family. Everyone does everything for family, I think. But what's deeper than that? And I think as people start to ask themselves those questions, you can find the root, or like the core as to why you're so faithful to, or why do you even believe in something, or why do you even want something to happen? And that I think once you identify what that thing is, that makes you go so hard, that makes you keep going at this, when your eyes are open, when your eyes are closed, when you go to sleep, dream, and you wake up and you had a dream about it, like that is what's in that whatever that little thing is. It's gonna be small. It's gonna be a pebble. It's gonna be extremely small. It's like a popcorn kernel. It's just supposed to be small, because that's the one thing that you're gonna remember constantly, to have that faith, to remain in that position, to keep going. If you think you're gonna wake up and say, yeah, I got faith, I'm gonna make this happen, and then you get punched, then you're gonna lose it. Your head is gonna.
Well, you will get punched. Is what you do. You will get punched. Is what you do after you get punched. You will get punched.
But that's why it's the small pebble, whatever that deep meaning of why. Again, when you're trying to identify why you do certain things, ask yourself why, right? Then ask yourself why that thing again, right? So I'm gonna give an example, because I may lose some people here, but let's just say you want an abundance of money. I don't know, whatever number you have out there, right? That's your why. Why do you want that? Okay, and then you say, I want it because I want to support my family. Well, why do you want to support your family? Well, because of I want this for that. Well, why? Keep asking the question why until you can't answer, until you can't say why anymore. That right there, once you do that, you should be able to identify the faith. Why are you so faithful to that ultimate big goal that you said in the beginning? Just keep all that together. It's a hard task. It's going to take time. And it's supposed to. Because, again, you're trying to change the trajectory of your life. So, if you're going to sit down and say why five times to yourself and did it in 5 minutes, yeah, you either had it all figured out before you did it, or you just went through it just to go through it.
That's going to be something that everybody has to take some time and kind of evaluate that for themselves, because that, obviously it varies by individual. Mm-hmm. But it's an important question to kind of ask, is like, why are you doing some things that you're doing, and do you have faith in the ability that were given to you to even handle those tasks and get those done. But just discuss that with your loved ones and identify what are some of the steps that can help you continue to take action, because at the end of the day, it's through action that you're going to see result. You will not get action just thinking about it and sitting at home, not going out there and making the necessary move that needs to be made to see those results. Let's see those results, and then from that point on, when you start seeing them, you're like, hey, it's gonna push you to do even more. Push you to do even
absolutely more. It's I think you talked about it earlier. Celebrate the small milestones. I don't do it enough. I know I don't. I celebrate the small milestones in a way where no one knows I'm celebrating it. because in the end, I'm celebrating it with myself. Because I understand it's a big accomplishment. And I think everybody puts the word celebrate as if you have to go out and go have a big old shebang, and you gotta go get drunk, you gotta go have a big old party. Like, no, it could be as small as giving yourself a pat on the back. We used to do that a lot in elementary school, man. We lose sight of that as we get older.
What do you mean elementary school?
Giving yourself a pat on the back. Teacher be like, good job, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back. You literally just give yourself a pat on the back.
I never got that.
Yeah, you're not from the U.S., man. Yeah. This is a different culture.
I probably got a belt to my back.
Bro, that's no. We're not going to laugh about that one.
It's part of discipline.
But no, it's the pat on the back was like congratulating yourself, acknowledging what you did was good or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But it's just acknowledge even the small wins as much as the big ones.
Right. That's true.
And that should keep at least the faith. That should keep what you're accomplishing high. That should also keep you wanting to achieve. Okay, how could I do this again? But maybe on a bigger scale. And in the end, it's all gonna pour down to faith.
Really, man, the focus is just leveling up. 'Cause I know the life I want. I'm just setting it up. Removing those that's close who try messing it up. Can't wait for champagne toast with the relevant bunch. Like, what's up? Yeah. Like, what you do, homie? What's your vision? How you thinking? How you move, homie? And is you cool, homie? You thinking building, then that's something we could do, homie.